So I know it's been a couple weeks. I've been just kind of enjoying my summer and with family and friends and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's been a little bit. But I'm back here and I'm going to continue to post videos and maybe even post some more often. Hi, kitty. So anyway, yeah, I'm hoping to get back into things. Today I'm doing my July wrap-up, all the books I read in July. I read quite a few, and I'm going to split it into two again because I read so many. So I read 31 books in July. So even though I was vacationing and having fun, I still managed to read a lot of books. So of those books that I read, there were 12 fantasies, 2 sci-fi, 3 nonfiction. 2 of them were cookbooks. I guess those are nonfiction, but they're cookbooks. 4 of them were mangas. 2 of them were classics. 2 of them were mysteries. 3 of them were horror, and 1 of them was just a contemporary. Of those, 16 were adult books. 12 were young adult. Read a lot of young adult. 1 of them was a middle grade, and 2 of them just, like the cookbooks, I don't put in any category. They're just kind of for everybody, I would hope. I read 10 physical books, 10 ebooks, and I listened to 11 audiobooks. So I had quite the month. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm starting at the bottom. These are my least favorite books that I read this month, and then I'll move up to my favorites. So probably my least favorite book that I read this month is Chronos Rising, and that's by Max Hawthorne. And this is a horror, I guess it's coming off of like Jaws and The Beast and those kind of things. I just didn't think it was done very well. It was this ancient creature, a marine lizard, so I guess kind of like a crocodile, but that had lived millions of years ago, and now it's back, and now it's eating people. I didn't like the depiction of the creature because it would get full and then suddenly it would be hungry again. Usually that's not how lizards work, from what I understand of their digestive stuff. And it just was very predictable. You knew exactly who was going to die and what was going to happen. So, just not very engaging. So I gave that one 4 out of 10 stars. So the next one that I read, the next one on the list was lowest, is One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus. And it was a young adult mystery. Again, predictable. It was just okay. It wasn't like my favorite, certainly. I gave that one like 5 out of 10. So even though it was like at the bottom, I still gave it half. But basically, there's these kids locked in detention. One of them dies, and so everybody that was in there is a suspect, and everyone has something to hide. Next one at the bottom, and this one is kind of tying with One of Us is Lying, was The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moresi. This was like The Bachelor meets The Hunger Games. Which, if that sounds like something you'd be interested, great. I just didn't like it very much. It was predictable. The romance was extremely annoying. I didn't really care about the characters. And yeah, the twist ending, if there was supposed to be one, I figured it out way before. So, I guess she did a good job putting in clues that I could figure out. So I gave The Savior's Champion 5 out of 10 stars. So next I have a whole bunch of young adult books that I gave them about the same rating. And they're kind of run together because with young adult novels, oftentimes the story and everything is just the same. They just have different names. So the first one was We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Fasil. And this one had some interesting concepts as far as like putting in the Arabian Nights type stuff. We have our main character who going on a quest to fix the magic, and we have the son of the sultan or the king or whoever, and he's going to try and stop the magic from being fixed. Felt like I read it before, and this one I didn't like as much, so I gave it a 6 out of 10. In fact, all of these young adults I gave 6 out of 10. Next was Last Star Burning by Caitlin Sansker, and this was about a girl who's, and this was kind of a fantasy, kind of a science fiction. I could see it could go in both ways. So this is about a girl who is branded as a traitor because her mother betrays the town or the city, and so her mother is placed in a crystal. She's given the sleeping sickness, which is how she betrayed them, and put on display for everyone to see. It was just okay, kind of like the other ones. It gave them 6 out of 10, so it's like more than average, but you know they're just okay. Next one was Rage by Cara Cormac, and this is the second book in the Stormheart series, and this is about a princess who finds that the magic in this world is that you steal the hearts of storms, and the hearts give you magic, and she learns that she has the ability to absorb the power of the storm, and has the storm heart live within her. Again, just kind of like all the rest, it was just predictable. It was okay. I have nothing like really great to say about it, or nothing to really say, but it is the second one. They were on the Audible catalog for free, so I just listened to that. Next is The Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian, and this was probably like at the top of the young adult. There's 2 of them that were kind of at the top. This was one of them. I still gave it 6 out of 10, but I like this one a little bit better. I guess I just like the character. She seemed a little bit darker. So in this book, we have the princess. Someone has conquered their kingdom and killed her mother, and now she is imprisoned, and she, of course, wants to get away. And they call her the Ash Princess, and the king, to torture her, kind of gives her this crown made of ashes that falls apart anytime that she has to go to a party or anything. And so she's just trying to get away from the situation. And like I said, that one I liked a little bit more. It was a little bit darker. Okay, and then the last one in that grouping of the YA novels, and this again was the one that I kind of liked the most. That was A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. And I did enjoy this one, kind of about as much as the others, but a little bit more. So this one we have a princess, and she can't leave her kingdom because there's some barrier that prevents her from leaving, so she can't ever leave. She dreams about leaving. Her mom is trying to force her to do certain things that she doesn't want to do. And there's a magical being, I guess, that they're trying to prevent from escaping. And that's what they're supposed to do. Again, 6 out of 10. It wasn't horrible. Just, I guess there are things about it that weren't that memorable either. So, next is The Present Moment in Psychotherapy by Daniel Stern. This was my professional reading for this month. And I mean, it wasn't horrible. I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. It was just very technical. And when you talk about the present moment, it's like, what's happening right now? And it even will say, like, oh, it's no more than 10 seconds. Like, 5 to 10 seconds. And that's what you should focus on. And yes, in psychotherapy, you focus on right now and how they're feeling and how their present moment has been affected by their past and how it's going to affect the future and all that kind of stuff. So it was okay. It was just a little technical and felt like it took a long time to say the present moment is at most 10 seconds. It took like a chapter to say that. So it wasn't horrible. I would like to read some better therapy books though. The next one was On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, and I gave this was quite a jump. I gave it 7.5 out of 10. And this was really beautiful. It was a boy writing letters to his mother, Vietnamese, and he's kind of trying to let her know like everything that's going on with him and how he doesn't quite know how to tell her certain things, and he's afraid of what she'll do or how she'll react to them. So I enjoyed this one. Next one is The Last Swordmaker by Brian Nelson, and this is not about swords. So this is a science fiction, and it's about smart viruses. So basically they were learning to program viruses to kill certain people. It was quite interesting. It was rather bloody, and there were parts of it that seemed a little bit rushed. But overall, it wasn't so bad. Again, a 7 out of 5 stars. And then next, I have read a Sherlock Holmes novel, The Study in Scarlet, which I guess is the first one. This is by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This is a classic. First kind of consultant detective, I guess, is what its claim is. I did enjoy it. I gave it, again, 7 out of 5. The other one that I read by him was The Sign of Four, which I guess was his second novel for Sherlock Holmes, and I am enjoying it. Again, gave it 7.5 out of 10 stars. That's the first half of the books that I read in July. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Like I said, I might be posting more than 2 videos a week. We'll just see. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.